Well, hi, hello everybody. I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. It wouldn't connect for some reason. I'm not quite sure why, but anyway, we're on now, so that's good. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? Hope you're all well. This is Pip here from queenpipcards.com with my Moody Monday Pick Me Up video. So we're going to be looking at Wrapped in Christmas, which is one of the stamp sets from the suite. Oh, excuse my chair. Oh, it's from one of the suites. Let me get my catalogue out. Hold on. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Is that it? There we go. There we go. So, Wrapped in Christmas is from this huge suite that's at the beginning of the catalogue. So you'll have seen all my stuff that I've done with cups and decorating the cups and everything. And that's using this stamp set. Hi, Heather. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Suzanne. Yeah, sorry I was a bit late, technical issues. With this stamp set, okay, which is the stamp set we used at the weekend for my Simply Stylish card class. And I threw in a couple of things with the one we're going to play with today. So this was one of my, hi Leah, hi Jane. This is one of the cards from Sunday, which uses the Surround Yourself in Love of the Season. But I did one as well with Lots of Latte. I Like You a Latte. Did one with that too. Got my Happy Christmas one. Got this one, and then this one. These were from Saturday, and then this one was actually designed by my friend Alison, and it's a gorgeous one with a little ribbon on, and we both think this would be brilliant for any kind of support cards that you're doing. Hi Angela, hi, nice to see you. So yeah, so this was my class at the weekend, and it used this suite here. But there's a double set in this. Hi Lisa Jane. There's a double set in this suite, which is called this one, Wrapped in Christmas. So I wanted to do something with this and play with this a little bit. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. What have we got here? We've got things that have, well, we've done that. That's happened. We had that flash sale. That's gone. Ooh. Okay, we've still got the join and save offer on, but only until the 30th. Hi Becky. Hi Sheila. So only until the 30th can you join and save, okay, and get some extra stamp sets free. I do have my international online retreat still available. That'll continue to be available right up until the point of retreat. And then this is the host code. And I am quite close to a goal. If I don't get it, I don't get it. If I do get it, it'll be amazing because I've never had it before. But we start a new year in October, so who knows? Oh, you're training later, Ange, are you? Okay, fair enough. Well, I'll go quick. So the first thing I've got to do, because I promised Becky that I would do the... Yes, see, I'm just about to get there, Becky. I'm just about to show you my storage. Okay, so there's two things that I have in my little pocket here. Several things that I have. So this is how I do my storage, okay? So anything that's flat goes in one of these, okay? And we have these double-sized ones. So these are the wooden... When we used to do wooden stamps, you could buy these storage. You can still buy them. They're called large deep storage boxes. And I just shove them all in here, even if they're in bits. So like, yeah, there's strips here of things. Bits that are not quite half bits, full bits, bits from like years ago. These haven't even, some of these aren't even new stuff. Some of this is old, like all right. You can tell I don't use the big rhinestones very often because I've got lots of big ones left. Okay, then I have little ones. So I managed to get all my pearls because I don't use as many pearls, but this has got other pearls in it too. It's got metallic pearls in it. Okay, I don't use so many of those, so they go in the small cases, and we sell both of them. You get four of these or four of these in a set. Here is some, this is what I call my non-standard, so it's not pearls or basic jewels, not the normal rhinestones. These are my different ones. So these are my elegant dots, my butterflies, some sequins. And see, they don't have to be kept in the packets, because I know that Marilyn was asking about keeping stuff in packets. It doesn't have to be. I just shove them all in there. The good thing is though about this, so these are all my coloured rhinestones. So holiday rhinestones, champagne rhinestones, red rhinestones, not so many left of those anymore. Actually, we might need those today, so I'll bring those out. So I just shove them in little plastic wallets. If I lose the front piece, if I lose the backing packet, just pop them in there. that make sense? So they're just really easy, but and then you can label them if you want to get really technical about it. I don't label mine. I also use them, these exact same things. These are all my monthly giveaways. So, you know, I send everybody who orders from me a Crafty packet. All my Crafty packets get started off in one of these. I also keep my stamps in one. Not my stamps, but like my normal postage stamps in case I need a stamp anytime. And then, of course, I keep my chamois in one of them. So these little cases are just brilliant. What else have I got down here? Oh, yeah, stamp sets from kits. So like, you know, the Lots of Happy kit, or when I finish with the kit, I put the stamps in one of those cases too. So, and they stack and they stand like a DVD or whatever. So that's how I do it. And then throughout the month, as I create extra card packs of cards that I've designed, I just shove them in there. And in my next one, start building them up for when I'm sending out my customer thank yous. So I hope that has helped. Good. You say that Becky says she understands. That's good. Now for my little things like this, I do keep these in their packets because once these are out of these boxes, oh my word, yeah, that's a bit tricky. So I keep all those in their packets, and also things like these. I haven't put these in, these gold rings. I could just stick them in a bag and put them in, but they actually sit quite nicely in my drawer like that. So I have a drawer that has all of my embellishments in. And like wooden, whoops, there she goes. See, these need to go in a packet because I haven't put them in a packet and now they're falling all over the place. Okay, so these do need to go into a packet because they don't sit well in these. Oh, you do that too. Yes, cards, kit instructions, all of that stuff, Heather, all goes in. Hi Sheila. So yeah, they're really amazing little cookies, these, and they just fit in my, I've got a craft desk from the storage for crafts, storage, and then number 4, and then crafts. I met them when I was at the show in Make It, what used to be Make It is now Create It. I met them there and I bought my desk from them, and those little things fit into the perfect into the drawer perfectly. Yes, they do fit into the embellishment tubs too, Heather, you're right. So then when I've done my cards and I've got them ready to go out, I put them into my, so these are all the cards I've made. Hi Sue. These are all the ones I've got so many cards they won't fit in any more of my tubs because I've now completely filled all my tubs. They're solidly full. So these are all cards I have left to go. I have a little, I need to send some more. Oh, that's all Christmas. You haven't seen that one. Don't worry, it's not Retreat. I wouldn't do that. World Awaits. We've seen that one. This is stuff I haven't videoed or put up on my blog yet. So yeah, I shove them all in there. So you can see I've probably got, actually I've got a bit of room in there. I might just shove those in there, that'll do. That was on my blog last week, you'll have seen that. So yeah, so when I make, and see they just fit perfectly. They should all have inners in them. You did miss the storage, but I'm going to show you again. So basically it's this stuff. It's these big thick cases, Marilyn. Okay? They are just brilliant. And I keep my storage in the big thick ones and in the little skinny ones. Okay? So this is the big thick ones. I keep all my rhinestones in there. But the skinny ones, if you want to keep them out of packet, I just put them in a little plastic thingy. And then slide them in there, close them up. And they're brilliant. We sell them. You get 4 in a pack. Okay, and then I was just explaining that I also then use them to store my cards in that are ready to go out for customer thank yous and stuff like that, or cards that I've done for classes, etc. No, that's what we're using today. Oops, so they all go out. Yeah. So yeah, they're all they're just amazing, these little card boxes. I mean, they used to keep wooden stamps in them, but now they sell them blank. So you can just, I mean, they are fantastic for keeping all kinds of things in. Oh, look, I've lost a pearl there from somewhere. That is a tiny pearl. Just get rid of that one. So yeah, so they're great for using things like, for doing things like that. So, and then I just put, if I lose them out of my packet, I put them in one of these cello bags. Normally I use our cello bags because I don't like these, they're a bit long. So normally Like I grab all my old cello bags or cello bags I might not have used yet. Some spare ones, here we go. Because Stampin' Up do two. They do a big one that doesn't have a seal on it, and then they do these small ones, and these small ones fit in those cases much better than anything else you get. That was a leftover one from something. There we go. And I don't bother sealing it. I just have them in there, shove them in my packet, and they last and they stay and they don't get lost. If you wanted to, as I say, you could label them. If I ever get to the point of being very, very organised, I'm kind of semi-organised, but not very, very organised, I would label them with, you know, like coloured rhinestones or other embellishments. I'm not really sure what you would call it though, if it was like, because it's not rhinestones, it's embellishments. Yeah, it'd just be embellishments. And if you stood them up, you can put something down the spine. Don't forget all of these, you can actually, they're like all our stamp sets, so they've got this opening at the front here. So you could slide a piece of paper in here to tell you what it was. I don't really like covering the front because I like to be able to look and go, oh look, there's my embellishments from that. So I like to do it like that so I can see in them, but you could put something in the spine if you were standing them up on a shelf. So there you go. That's our storage for the week. Embellishment storage. And then I do have somewhere in an old packet that Stampin' Up gave us at a centre stage once. It's like a leadership event. It was like a pouch thing, but everything was emptied in there and I could never get to anything. It was lovely, but quite annoying, so I just didn't bother. You put all your dimensionals in a cardboard box. Well, that works too. Hi, Anne. Yeah. I put my dimensionals in my drawer, as you know, next to me here, so that generally I have thingies to hand. Although I seem to have lost my normal size of, where are they? Come on. There we go. Normal size. I can't possibly lose them again. Normal size dimensionals, so that's good. Yeah, I have those in my drawer to hand. So this desk is a craft desk, so it's designed to work well. Yeah, no, the disc bit is annoying in DVD cases. I just find that really dreadfully annoying, which is why I like these, because they're just stamp cases. So they're empty inside, which is much better, I have found. Okay, so there we go. That's our storage questions and selections for the day. We can keep asking if you want, lots of different things, but you've all seen how I keep my designer series paper in my lovely thick LP cases. Some people have talked about the floppy ones, but these are the extra thick ones. Okay, this is the difference. This is the floppy one, and then when this is empty, because it wouldn't be the same if it was full, but if this is empty, this is this one. See, it doesn't really bend, it sort of stays in shape, whereas this one, floppy. Okay, so I don't really use these very much. I use these. How do I store my scrap cardstock? Oh, I can show you that. Have I got any here? No, I've been tidying up. Hold on. Where's my scraps? Have I got any here? Yes, I do. So my scrap cardstock I store like this. So I get these, you know, the things that go in binders with the holes down the end. I have a drawer for every colour. Well, I have a drawer for 2 colours. So I have like Pacific Point and Night of Navy together or something like that. I can't remember. It's all done in colours. So I have 2 blues, 2 reds, 2 greens, whatever together. And then each one of them has their whole sheets. And then they have one of these, and I printed off these labels when Stampin' Up gave them to us, but subsequently I've been just doing my big labels for my normal stuff. Heather, yeah, I'll drop a link in if I can find it again. It's on eBay. And so these are just the normal A4 binder thingies, and literally if I've got any sort of spare cardstock, it just goes in there. Now what I will do is if I need something and I reckon I can get it out of that bit, then I'll get rid of the rest of it. But if I've got bits like this which I think, oh, I could probably get circles and stuff out, I might keep the whole thing, but normally most of that would go in the bin. And I have a little recycling box by the side of me. So okay, as soon as my craft room is tidy, I'm going to give you a tour, okay? But it's going to take a while to get tidy. So I've just literally used, this is embarrassing, I've literally used just a little, one of the Stampin' Up boxes, okay? And I've squished my edges in. This sits by my desk, and every time I have cardstock that is like scrap, cardstock goes in there, okay? And then every week I pop it into my, or when it gets full, I pop it into my recycling bin so that all my cardstock goes. You must remember though, most recycling can't cope with anything that's foiled or glittered. So that sadly does have to go in the bin, but all our paper can absolutely go in there. All our coloured cardstock, everything can go in there. So that all goes in there. So there we go. So yes, nothing fancy. It's a box, right? It's a cardboard box for my recycling. But if it's too big for recycling, then they all go in these little packets and wallets. And then I have one for every colour. And then if I need something, like if I'm doing something and I thought, oh, I might just want a bit of real red for this, I just go and pull it out. In fact, I should have done that before we started, because I didn't do that. So let me go and do that now. I'll just wander over to my drawers, see if I can get to my reds. There we go. I'll just pull out my real red one like that. So real red, and then we've got what, Pear Bazaars and Mossy Meadow. So we'll go. I wouldn't mind. I put these away yesterday. Pear Bazaars and Mossy Meadow. I put these away last night. I should have brought them back out again. I'm a silly woman. There we go. So you can see I don't have a lot of bits of Pear Bazaars. I have quite a lot of, and loads of real red. You would rather see my craft room in use. No, you really wouldn't. Hi, Joe. Oh yes, so for scrap paper, one of the bins that you hang over like I have when I go class, yeah, I've got one of those, that's true, but mine would dangle in front of my drawers and in front of my shelves, so I don't have room for it here. I use that when I go out, my dangly bin. But yeah, that's great for little rubbish. And then I have my little, this is you can tell how old this is. My upline made this for me. She covered hot chocolate tubs. Okay, this is a hot chocolate tub, Costco style, the really big hot chocolate, and she covered it in very old DSP, and you can tell I've had it a while. And this I use for my rubbish, so that's on the side of my desk. I just chuck my dimensionals and stuff in that. Okay, so I will show you my craft room, but at the moment there's secret stuff like retreat stuff and things that I can't show, so I have to get that out of the way. And at the moment it's also got things like my dad's filing in it and various bits like that, so I need to get that out the way before I can leave and show anybody my craft room. At the moment it's a bit of a mess. Okay, so let's talk about this stuff, but I promise you I will do a tour, and it won't be perfect because I'm never perfect. My my rooms are always messy. It was one of my mum's despairs of me when I was a child, and it despairs Sean as well, to be honest, because he's a bit of an OCD neat freak, but he must love me because he copes with me not having anything tidy. I'm sorry, I'm just taking a drink. Hang on. I meant to put that in a glass before, but then with all the connection problems I didn't get there. So I've got my fizzy elderflower. Right, okay, so let's talk Wrapped in Christmas. This is a lovely stamp set, and it really lends itself to doing the marker to stamp technique. Okay, so I've pulled a few bits. I've got a few, you know, from my little tubs, got a few bits here, things that might be useful. These are all die cuts though, and I wanted to do something that works just for people who haven't got die cuts. Okay, and we want to do something that maybe they can do, that people can do just as some simple stamping. Speaking of just stamping and doing all kinds of things with stamping, don't forget to come along to our World Card Making Day. If you haven't joined the group yet, just search for World Card Making Day Craft Along. That's what it's called. It's a massive public group, and it is hey Leonie, nice to see you. Yeah, so we're doing a craft along day, all day for World Card Making Day. God, that's a lot of days. So we'll be Zooming, but we'll also be putting it into the Facebook group, so you don't have to be on the Zoom if you don't want to, but you can if you want to. So there you go. And it's just about enjoying. So there's no publicity, we're not selling anything, we're not sharing links to anything. Please don't ask us for things like class list links or anything like that. We won't put any of that out on that day. If you want to find us, then go to our public pages. We will have our public pages listed, but nothing else, because we don't, you know, we've got other demos coming in from all over the world, and we want to let them and their customers come in, you know, without thinking that we're going to try and nab them and all that stuff. I've just thrown all my cardstock on the floor. Hold on. Because we don't poach, you know, that's one thing we don't do. I've worked with lots of demos before in the past, and we don't poach each other's customers, but we do want to just share the love. So we're going to do a bit of sharing. It's all about making cards on World Card Making Day and celebrating the fact that we actually have our own day for card making, because how cool is that? Lots of hobbies don't have their own day. We have our own day, so we're going to do that. Okay, so the piece I wanted, she says, desperately trying to get back to the subject she was on, but do come along to World Card Making Day. We want you to be there, to come and have some fun. There we go. I knew I had a smaller bit. I want this piece because I think this is a nice background piece, don't you? This will work as a background. My retreat stuff's getting in the way down here. I must move all of this out. Okay. I'm very disorganised today. I don't really know why. There we go. I thought I had it all planned and everything was sorted, but there we go. So we're going to cut this piece and we're going to make this our background piece. So it's going to be 10 by 14.4, which is what it always is for me, because I'm a simple girl at heart and I love my standard layouts. Okay, so that's going to go along there. That's going to be our background piece. Okay. Hey, hi Tanya, you made it. Nice to see you. Cool. So we're going to do that. So that's our background piece. And then I want it to have friends and family are the truest gifts at Christmas. I want to have that piece, but I want that piece to be like just set in the middle of two colours in the middle of here. So how big is that? This is how I work out how big stuff is. Don't laugh. I kind of guess it's about 4.5. Like from there to there, about 5 centimetres. I could take the stamp out, I know I could, but I'm going to go with 6 because that's how I roll. Then we go on there and we go, okay, that's way too long. So from there to there is going to be about, yeah, about 7ish. So I'm going to put 8, maybe 8.5. Let's go 8.5 because 8.5 looks nice on this size. Okay, so now I'm going to get my stamp out and see how well I did, which I probably should have done in the first place, but we'll get there. See, that looks nice, right? So we'll need a piece of Whisper White cardstock, which we're going to cut down. So we've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock. We're going to cut the Whisper White to 5.5 by 8. Okay, so 8 by 5.5, and I just want to show you that you don't have to have, you know, if you're just starting out and you're just starting out as a card maker, you do not want to have to go and purchase masses and masses of kit, and I don't think you need to get started. Of course, once you get hooked like me or anyone else on here, then you might need to buy some more stuff, but you don't have to. And I just want people to know that you can just start out simply, because simple stamping is where I started, and to be honest, I can do the fancy, but I haven't really progressed very much since then because I just like it. I like it simple. Hi Bev, how are you? Okay, so you're always disorganised, Sheila, when you tidy up, so you have to untidy again. Yeah, that kind of happens with me, but no, mine's genuinely that I just have too much stuff in the room at the moment. Okay, so these marker pens come in packs of families, so you could get all of the brights, all of the regals, all of the subtles, all of the neutrals, or the in colours. Okay, and I always think that if you're just starting out for doing this, then pick a suite that you really like and stick to it. Now, sometimes Stampin' Up is naughty, not naughty, but they like to mix and match from different suites, which they've done in this case. So we've got Mossy Meadow, which is in the neutrals, we've got Pear Pizzazz, which is in the subtles, and we've got Real Red, which is in the regals. But for Christmas, I would just say, if you want to invest in just one set of pens, then go for the regals, because you could easily put with this Old Olive, which is in the regals, or you could put Cherry Cobbler, and I mean Real Red and Cherry Cobbler are both in there, so you could put them both in there. That would work. And I reckon you could probably even get away with possibly a Garden Green, but I would suggest an Old Olive to do, because Old Olive is just the darker version of Pear Pizzazz, so it would so that would work. Now I've just used them from lots of different places, and what I want to do is I want to just highlight some of these words. So to do that, we're going to use the pens and the brush end of these pens. These are not blends, okay? I talk a lot about blends. Stamping blends are alcohol markers. You cannot use your stamping blends to do this technique. All you'll end up doing is colouring your rubber stamp, and it will look very pretty for a long time, but it will never come off, okay? So not unless you put some, you know, serious stuff on it. So these are the right markers, okay? It says Stampin' Right on the label, okay? I'm going to go for the darker colours, and on the brush end you can brush over each of the letters like so. And yes, this might take a little time, bit of effort, but it really does make a beautiful final result. You know, you get a really good result if you do it and you take your time over it. Quite a lot of people rush this bit. I find this is like colouring to me. This is quite relaxing, just to make sure that I get actually on the letters that I want and the amount of ink that I want. And you can see quite well from your angle. All I can see is shiny, so if it's shiny I know I've covered it, but you can see that the red is going down on there nicely. Okay, now you can't buy them singly, which is a bit of a shame. Sometimes they give them as packs, so you can get them like as a 2-pack. We haven't got any at the moment like that, I don't think. Maybe you wouldn't get inky fingers, Bev, if you did it like this, but it would take you quite a while for everything if you were doing this for everything. But yes, it does help with the non-inky finger bit. And then you just go round with the second colour or the third or whatever you want to do the other words. Okay, so when you see something you think, how have they done that? And they managed to get that, like, you can do it as an ombre effect on things. That works out nicely. Or in this case, I'm just picking out certain letters. I'm just turning it around to make sure I've got everything. Yeah, that looks good. Now this one looks like it's gone a bit dry, but that's okay because you do the magic huff. Okay, you breathe on it. We will not be doing this technique in any face-to-face classes for a while because with masks you can't do that. Okay, so that's another reason why we're not doing face-to-face. Plus you're spreading your germs by huffing on it, right? So you don't want to do that with anybody else. You just want to do that with your own. And then breathe in and breathe out. A bit like Pilates. And then that way you get a good, oh look, a nice really crooked, really crooked. How did I manage to get that so crooked? Oh, it's not straight on the stamp. Okay, I probably should have known that beforehand. Never mind. We will, that's fine. We will just zhuzh it, okay? We'll make it look so crooked it looks like it's supposed to happen like that. Oh, but see, I missed a bit on the E there. But that's okay because you can just go in and touch that up. There we go. Okay, so that's done. And then I'm going to put some, I will probably do this again because it's a little crooked even for me. I might put some little swishy swirly bits. That's what I was going to do on the edges. See, it's pretty. And then you can just go back over. Obviously if you're using the same colour you don't have to clean it off. I am going to do that again though because that's a little crooked, don't you think? Don't know. I think it is. I don't know if I can keep it that crooked, to be fair. Especially not when it's going to go onto that. That's going to look really... Unless I make the whole thing crooked, like a tag. That would work, possibly. It would throw your eye off. Might be doing that. Oh, thanks, Heather. I like that. Look straight to you. Good. Okay, let's do that. We'll go with that. I'm going to go with Heather's. Look straight to me. Oh, what am I... I'm trying to find my ribbon. Sorry, I'm rummaging around. Maybe a little bit of ribbon to make it look a little bit more like a tag would work. Yeah, we could throw that in at another angle. That'll really set your eyes going. But you see what I mean? The colouring of that to make that have the two different colours is cool, isn't it? I probably needed a bit more ink on the friends. But that's how you get that lovely two-tone. I'm going to put this way round and we will just chop our end off. There we go. And then probably come through about there-ish and chop this end off. So for somebody who doesn't have any kind of die cutting machine, it looks good on the hoof, thank you, you're all very kind to me. But if you don't have any fancy schwancy dies, or even if you haven't got any punches, you know, what if you didn't have any? That's definitely gone. That's definitely gone. Where's my new glue? Where's my new glue? I had 2 pots of glue. Oh, I know what I did. I took it to Deb's house, didn't I? That's not good. Have I got any more in here, or have I got to go up to my? I've got to go to my stash. Hold on. Oh. Okay, and then for those of you who've seen me at classes, this is my glue stash. We're doing lots of organisational tips today. So this is a little craft bag, and normally when they didn't come like this, I would fill all the holes with my Tombow. Okay, but this is my dimensionals, tear and tape, seals, more tear and tape, fine. Oh no, oh that's in the other packaging that we have sometimes. Okay, thanks Tanya. Yeah, I just wing it a lot. There we go. So that's how I keep spare glue, and I used to take that to my classes for cashing. You know, people could just buy glue off me, but that can go in the recycling, straight in the little pot down there. Right, okay, so here we go. Yeah, Tanya, we must try and work out another time to meet up again. Don't you just love migraines? Not. We were supposed to be meeting up the other week on a Saturday afternoon for a little bit of a chat, and then I got a migraine, and it was just a killer. I was wiped out all day. So but October's bad for me because I'm just doing so many things in October. World Card Making Day on Saturday. Join us. Don't forget to join us, everybody. And then, what else have I got? Oh yeah, and I've put my seal somewhere else as well. Goodness me, what have I got here? Oh, that's just a refill. Okay. I'll have to use my Seal Plus. They come in these bags, which I'm sure they're child-proof. So, but they're good. They stop them, you know, going funny or whatever. So here I would just put a little bit of tape. This stuff's really strong. You don't need lots of this, and it's got little perforations, so it just comes off. Probably don't actually need it that angle, but that angle will be good. Then here we're going to do this. See you, Becky. It's so rubbish that you only have half an hour for lunch. That's so harsh. I'll have a word with your boss. So you need more crafting in the week. Just, you know. There we go. I'll pop that down on there. Like so. Okay, and then we'd have bling, right? Everybody has to have bling. If you don't have a big shot, or you don't have punches, at least have some bling. That's my view. And I'm going to finish these rhinestones so I can get a new pack. So we'll pop some bling on. Now, where should we put some bling? Maybe in a corner. Oops. Maybe in a corner. Like so. Do I want to do? No, I don't think I do. I think for once we're going to go with just 2. Normally we do 3, everything in 3s, but we'll just go with 2, I think. I'm going to pop that down there. That's going to be okay, but we're going to pop it at an angle because we said angles. And we're going to add some dimensionals behind that. There we go. What do we have? We have no soggy middles. Take these off. I like them, they just make a pretty pattern. It's probably not the reason to put so many dimensionals on, but it makes a pretty pattern. Then we'll go at a nice jaunty angle like so. So it all looks like it should be fine. Like so. And then if we wanted to, we could add a few more sparkly bits. You know, because I want to finish these. Like that's a rogue one. So we can add some more sparkly bits, maybe to the centres of these little, obviously not all of them, but we could just add a few around, couldn't we? There we go. So now we've got a few extra, finish that one, good. We've got a few extra sparkly bits. And that's a really simple card for anyone who's never stamped before. And the thing is, you don't have to get, as Bev says, you don't have to worry about getting the pressure right for your inks. Okay, if you're worried about pressure, then these are good. They work better on rubber stamps though, I will say that. You can use them on other stamps, but they work better on rubber stamps, I find, personally. So I want to do the same with this one. Let the joy of the season fill your heart, because I think that just calls out for it, doesn't it, right? So we'll do this one. And then, like so. Oh, now see, I've got joy, season and heart. I could do two different colours for those. Yeah, I might do. Or I might just do different for joy. Let's see. We'll do, I could actually, joy and heart could be in red, because that would work. And then we could do pear pizzazz for the season. There we go. Love it when an idea comes together. So just make sure that you're covering all of these. Nice bit of colouring. So who's going to join us for World Card Making Day and come and do a bit of crafting? I'm on from 10 till 11, and then we'll have a marvellous lineup, and then I'll be back for the group session. I might pop in at other times and just be on, depending on what I'm doing, but I have got a cooking lesson the same day, which was probably very badly organised, but it's the only day in October I can actually do any cooking with my friend Jen. So she's going to teach us some more Thai cooking, so I thought I can't miss that out. So thankfully it's 3 till 4, so sadly I will be missing the 3 till 4 slot at least, but it's just a day for celebrating card making. I love it. So you don't have to come on Zoom if you don't want to, although it would be lovely if you did. We're going to have a virtual swap, so you can come and show us all the marvellous things that you've been doing during World Card Making Day. Show us the cards you've made. And you're hoping for all day, Sheila. That's lovely. Yeah, I think Alison said she might do all day if she can. You know, and there'll be lots of us on there. And then we will have, it's just to celebrate, really. Just celebrate World Card Making Day. And then, of course, the following week, so next week, not this week, but next week, it's World Send a Card Week. Which kind of, I mean, they thought about that one, right, didn't they? So next week, it's all about sending the cards that you've made. So if you want to, you can send them all to charity, as long as you've got the Stampin' Up stamp on the back, and they can sell them for Christmas and raise some money, maybe. Or you can send them to your friends and family. You could box them up and send them as gifts to your friends and family. That would be really nice, wouldn't it? So they've got some cards to send themselves. That's a nice idea. Yes, please. You've been so busy. Oh, yeah, that's cool. No, Heather, invite everybody. Everybody. That's why it's a non-marketing, non-branded day. Yeah, because we didn't want to other demos to feel like we were trying to sell stuff from the Royals, because that's not what it's about. It's just about having a fun day. Okay, so I've coloured all that in. I'm going to give it the magic puff, and then that came out wrong. The magic huff. The magic puff's a completely different thing. Right, so then this is the, I'm going to stand up because I need to see. Oh heavens, that's very creaky, sorry. I want to see how this lines up. It's the joy. I'm going to try and get this straight. There's no guarantee. I also find it quite difficult to, I find it quite hard to stamp standing up. I always stamp face down. I mean sitting down. Oh, that's better. Is that better? Is that straight? It looks straight. Oh no, it's still slightly off. Oh, only a smidge. There we go. It looks all right though, doesn't it? Do you think? I think that looks quite nice. So that's what's that? Mossy Meadow, Real Red, Pear Pizzazz, and then Real Red. Yeah, just a celebration of what we love. Exactly, Heather. And yeah, well, you saw how many cards I had left, right? So I need to be sending. I've got pen pals that need to get cards from me now. all over the world, which is lovely. So yeah, I've got some in Canada, Australia. Lisa, a card is coming out to you. Oh, I forgot to tell you who won the other one. Oh, dreadful. Okay, so everybody in the UK, your cards from the win last week are on their way. Okay, they went out last week. Lisa Jane, I didn't get to the post office last week after my Facebook Live. I'm going tomorrow. So it's all ready to go. It's going tomorrow. So Lisa Jane's is going tomorrow. And then I pulled, the last name out of the list was Debbie. Deborah HC from Wales. So, Deborah, somewhere in all my pile of stuff here, which is why you're not seeing everything. Here it is. So Deborah, you're getting this pack from last week, okay? So, yes, they would make great tags, Bev. That is a cool idea. Yes. And people in my blends club, you should have received an email today. Your blends are coming out tomorrow as well. Post office day tomorrow, you can tell. So, oh, why has that all suddenly gone very dark? What's going on? That's suddenly gone all very dark, hasn't it? Or is it just me? I need to put more light on the subject. Oh dear. Why has that happened? Oh, I need to move my hand into the screen. Okay, that's weird. Okay, my camera's doing something. It doesn't like not having my hands here for some reason. Very strange. Okay, so yes, these would make great tags if you wanted to. You could just pop a hole in the top and a bit of string and there you go. So they're nice, aren't they? I like these. I like this set a lot. So for this one, I thought we could do a uppy downy. My tent-fold ones, like so. Well, they're both tent-fold really, aren't they? But you know what I mean. This is my standy uppy one. Someone did turn the lights off. It's got better now, hasn't it? Yeah, okay. Went really dark. Mind you, I started to cloud over a bit, so maybe that was a thingy of things to come. Oh, okay. You think it's the reflection on that. Good point, Marilyn. It did happen when I moved a stamp over there, actually, so maybe that's the issue. Oh, it's all these technical things you have to think about when you're doing this. Right, so let's have, what have we got here in terms of card backgrounds? We've got a nice red. I think a nice red would be good. And then we can pop that one in there. Oh, see, it fills that beautifully, but I think we need like a strip of stuff coming down here. So I'm thinking this one would look good behind that, don't you? So this one has, yeah, it's nice, but not so much. I'm thinking this one. So we'll put a strip like that down there, and then I reckon that one would sit there on top of that. You know, what you think? Too much? I think that'd be all right. Yeah, I think that'd be okay. So we'll just creak my chair again. I said to Sean, we've got to try and put some oil on this thing because it's driving me nuts. So this, what's this called? This layer is 10 by 14.4. So we'll make this 14.4. So it'll go edge to edge. Remembering that when you cut cardstock and paper, sometimes it's different. It doesn't do, it's not good. Sometimes it's not exactly the same. So I always over egg it slightly because I can always trim it down. And then I put my card base onto my trimmer like this. Can you see that? Oh, it's getting a lot of shine over there. Let's hide that. So I put it onto my card base down here. So it's at 10. And then I can kind of see, if I cut that to 7, I'm going to have this much left over in between on either side. So that's about right. So I'm going to cut that to 7. There we go. Like so. So the only thing here that we've used in terms of, you know, having a die cut machine is the die for Stitch So Sweetly. But we do have some tag punches which you could use just as easily. So if you still don't have a die cutting machine and you can't invest in one yet, then I would invest in one of our tag toppers punches, the Scallop or the Delightful Day, because they're just lovely and they make something that you could easily put on top there as like a tag and would fit that on. So that would be my suggestion. Smooth that out there a bit. So I did leave it a little bit long, and there is just a smidgy that I need to trim, but that's okay, because with our little snips we can get right in where we need to. There we go. Then we'll pop that directly onto the card base, and then we'll pop the other piece up. Again, I'm not sure whether I should I might put some ribbon behind that. I'll tell you what we've got. We've got the lovely, I've got really nice red. Okay, so this is another storage thing I've got. I've got a little pouch, and in this pouch I keep anything that's off-cut, right? So these are all my off-cuts from ribbons that are current. They're all current, but they're all like bits, like they're the end of a reel, or I've cut it for class and haven't used it all. Okay, so that's my other storage solution. Everyone's got a spare little, this is a little travel bag, but a little makeup bag would work just as well, something like that. Right, so I think we will do, and see, then I don't feel guilty about just making a bow out of this bit, because it's just an offcut anyway. So if I chop it a bit short or chop a bit off, it doesn't matter, because it was already going to be chucked in the bin before I saved it. There we go. Now this linen thread is this is the braided linen thread. So you can, we did this at class yesterday, we can just tease it apart, and then you get a softer looking bow, a bigger looking bow, but it's softer, if you see what I mean. You see that? I don't know if you can pick up on that. So there, see, you just sort of tease the filaments apart, and you can do it at the edges as well. We've done this before with the other crumb cake braided. It's just called braided linen trim. This is real red braided linen trim, but it's the same stuff, and we've done it with the crumb cakey version before. It just sort of makes it look like fishnet tights, obviously, or fishing twine or whatever. There we go. Right, so now that's my bow ready. I'll stick some dimensionals on the back here, and then no soggy. You know there's one going in the middle, right? I've tried using less. I just can't bring myself to it, and at least this way I know it's always going to be fine. No worries. There we go. So the good thing is with the stripes, you can kind of line them up, so you can count them in, how many from each side, hopefully. That's about right, I think. Whoops. Yeah, that's okay. And then with a little glue dot, we will pop this just on the top. Now I think I'm going to put it just behind, because the glue dot will be, oh, you're going to go on mute, Heather, okay. Right. Because the glue dot will make it slightly bigger anyway, and we don't want to add that extra bulk on top of the tag. Makes it easier to go through the post. Then we'll still add a bit of bling though, right? We need a bit of bling. So we'll pop on let's have a look. We can put one just under these three little dot things there, and another one just there. There we go. I think that's all we need really. I don't think we need any more than that. So that brings us nearly to the end of our hour. Not quite to the end, but nearly. So I'm going to decorate the insides, I think. Do some inside stamping. What do we think of those so far? They're okay, aren't they? I think. You like? Give us some thumbs up and some loving if you like that. Oh, it's darkening again. Stop doing that, Mr. Camera. I must have words with my camera, finding out why he keeps doing that. Obviously, he just wants hands. Oh, lovely. Look at you lot. You're just so lovely. Thank you. I'm glad you like that. So there's those two. So one where you don't have to have a big shot or a Stampin' Cut and Emboss. You knew it was going to catch me out, right? You don't need a Duchess or any other kind of cutting machine. And this one you do just to cut that little shape out, but you could do it with a tag. Okay, you could do it with a punch quite easily. So let's do some insides, because we could do some really nice stamping on the insides with these. So these are my big bits here. I've got some big bits of white. And on the stamp set itself, even though there's not a lot of squiggly bits other than this little squiggly bit, you've got Christmas blessings to you and yours, you've got peace on earth, and it's the most wonderful time of the year. So you could put any of these inside. And I like this one, a little something for you. That would be great for a tag to go with a Christmas present, wouldn't it? Should we do a tag? Should we do a tag as well? Let's do this, but we'll do a tag. Oh, let me just go and get my tag punch. Where is it? Where is my tag punch? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so I have the scallop, but there is a delightful day, and I really do want to get the delightful day one, but I haven't actually managed to get round to it yet. One of those things that you just don't manage to get round to. Okay, so I've only got this one, but let us go with this one, and we'll do a tag, and we'll do some paper on the tag. What should we do? Should we match it? It always looks nice if it matches, right? Doesn't it? So we've got more of this stuff. Have we got any more of that stuff? I can tell I've been cutting things out of this. No, but I've got similar, but not quite the same, without cutting into a big sheet. So we'll do, get in. What's that one? That one's quite nice. I quite like that one. If we're going to do different, let's go really different, with maybe a little bit of a hint, because I've got like a strip left of this piece. So we could do a strip, and then I've got a strip of this piece, so we could do it. Let's do a couple of tags while we're here. Why not? It's so easy. They're so easy. So this tag, the width of this is 2 inches, okay, which in English speak is 5.1 centimeters. So we just work it out from there, okay? So we do that. It's easy. It's not hard to work that down, because I cut the outside piece of the tag. That's going to be the 5.1 centimeters, okay? So we cut that there. Right. Then I can make 2, I think. Can I? How much have I got of this? 15. Yeah, I've got about 20. I'm going to cut it to 10. Okay, and this one is, I bet this one's 10. I bet this, yeah, I bet it was 10.5. I'll cut this one to 10. They're going to be a bit diddy tags, but that's okay. Then we'll cut some of this to 10. How wide is this? It needs to be kind of, yeah, okay. So we'll cut some of this to 4.5. Okay. Oh, you've got to go pick up the kids. All right, Leonie, we'll see you soon. Have a nice day, hun. Hello, Emma. Cut that to 10, cut that to 10, like so. Why have I done 2 of those? I don't know. Well, we'll do, actually, that's fine. There'll be our backings for both of these. Okay, then we're going to cut this one. Just want to do like a little banner out of this one, I think. So I'm going to see what I'm going to do with those 2 in a bit, but I want to get these down first. So what I would do with these is I would attach these first thing. You need to have glue over it, but you need to be careful about the fact it's going to go through a punch, right? So we might need to just leave that for a couple of seconds while we do the insides of our cards to dry off a bit and absorb in a bit, so we don't get glue in the inside of our punch. Okay, yeah, this paper is lovely, I have to say. I agree with Leonie, it's gorgeous, very Christmassy without actually having anything to do with Christmas on it. There's no snowflakes, there's no Christmas trees, there's no wreaths or anything like that. It is just patterns, but for some reason, because I think because of the colours, it becomes Christmassy. But you could use it for birthdays or anything else, really. You could put flowers all over this one. That would look great as well, wouldn't it? Don't you think? Flowers on that. Anyway, we'll do that. Then we're going to leave those for a second. We're going to stamp on the inside of these cards. I want to do this big one here. Christmas blessings to you and yours, because that kind of goes with friends and family kind of one. And then I'll stick the Noel inside that. I like that Noel. It's really funky. It's kind of very modern. So I'll pop this one on here. Now I need to check roughly if that's straight, sort of straight on the bottom. I'm going to cheat and I'm going to go Mossy Meadow ink pad straight. Oh, that's not good. That's better. I'm going to go Mossy Meadow straight in for this one. I know, I'm cheating. Could have used the pens again. I'm going to use the pens on the Noel. This one I'm just going to go Mossy Meadow straight in. Breathe in, breathe out. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful font? Just beautiful. So that's going to go in that one when that dries off. And then this one, I don't know if it's possible, but you know me, I'm going to give it a go. Oh no, it might be a little bit close. I was going to see if I could do the dots in a different colour, but that might be a little bit close even for me to try and get that done. So we'll just go red. Because there's like an outer line and then there's a dotty line, but if it is very close, even with a pen, I think that would be tricky to do. But you could definitely do this with different colours. You could have like a red, green going on. I'm just going to do it all in red because I'm being lazy at this point, because we're nearly kind of done, apart from a couple of tags. I said to Sean, I said, I'm making so many more things now that I'm doing online classes and lives and all that kind of stuff, because I make stuff and then I have to make it twice. Apart from today, when I just sort of wing it as we go, I don't really prep anything. You didn't know that, did you? You hadn't noticed that I didn't prep anything. Oh dear. There we go. Let's see. Nice. Noel. Very nice. Or Noel, depending on how you're talking about it. So we'll do this one in here. Then we'll finish the tags. Right, so we're going to pop this one down. I am getting a stack of Christmas cards, so guys, you'll all be very lucky and happy to know that all my Christmas cards are being made as we go along. And when it comes to Christmas, you'll all be receiving one of the cards that, if you're on my customer and team list, you may well get a Christmas card that you might have seen me make on one of these shows. But hey, you don't mind that, do you? Because they're all lovely. But I might give one of these away today. I'll give one of these away today. Debbie got a winner. Debbie was a winner last week. And we had loads of winners last week. I gave away 5 kits last week. Maybe I'll give away a card and tag combo. But it'll have to be after I photograph them ready for the thingy. So I can't promise when you'll get them. But right. But yeah, I should send one of these out. So this tag topper punch is basically, here's the shape at the back, and you just slide this in right the way through, and it feels a bit tight because it's 2 inches, but it is just, go on, in you go. Oh, I must have cut that a bit slightly off. Oh, there we go. And then it cuts you a lovely little tag right the way through. Pretty, huh? So we'll do that. Yeah, normally I get this bang on. I must have been off with my measuring today. Obviously my eyes are a bit wonky today, but as long as you get it in there, it's gonna cut off. Okay, so that's that. I wouldn't recommend doing more than 2. Like, I wouldn't recommend you doing an extra bit of white on the back. If you want white on the back, then we're just going to pop a piece of white down on there, okay, rather than having 1, 2 and then a piece of white layers and shoving them all through. That's a little bit too thick. Okay, so we'll do that. What are we going to put on the front of this? Let us put some of these. We've got this one. Oh, we were going to do that one. And let's do this one. A little something for you, because we like that. And I'm going to get my little 1.5 inch circle punch out. And we're going to pop this on some Whisper White cardstock. Now this one beautifully has all that swirly stuff around it and then words in the middle. So guess what we're going to do with that? This one I might just stamp. So we'll just, if we're given homemade SU cards, are we allowed to chop the front off and use them again? Of course you can. No, absolutely, don't throw it away. If you want to do that, you can absolutely do that. The only thing you have to do, technically, is if you sell it, you then have to put the copyright stamp on the back. But if you're just going to use it and send it to somebody else, absolutely go for it. I'd much rather see my cards reused than thrown away. Absolutely. Okay, so may your days be merry. I'm going to do all of that in red, I think, even though it's different font sizes and stuff. I think we'll just do that. May your days be merry. Oh, there's an Anne Bright in there, is there? Okay. Oh, well, maybe we'll do those in different. Let's just do the capitals in red. We had a really nice shoe stamp one year from Stampin' Up. And the shoe was made of flowers. And I remember doing this, colouring each of the different flowers in a different colour. It was great. I was at a show at the time and I was just demonstrating the markers that you could do it like that. And everybody was just standing around watching as the different colours came out. I love doing that. It was a lovely stamp. So yeah, anything where you want, if you want to relax and you've got nothing to colour in your stamps instead. It's just the same kind of relaxing thing until you miss a bit. If you miss a bit, then it gets a bit stressy, but just try not to do too much stressing about that. Oh, a friend needs you, Sheila. Go for your friend. You've got to go. Go. Have a nice time. Hope your friend's okay. There we go. Who remembers that stamp with the shoe? It's like a high-heeled shoe made of flowers. Remember that? Maybe it's just me. I have been around a long time after all. I'm a bit long in the tooth. UK. No, I'm not the oldest person who's been in like this. No, that sounds wrong. I'm not the longest Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. Some people joined straight away. I only found out about it 9 years ago. But it's been a fab 9 years, I can tell you that much. Now, the only other thing you don't want to do is you don't really want to mix your inks. You can go close, but I wouldn't try and go over the inks, because you can get it on the edge of your nib of this pen with something darker. If you want to do sort of ombre, then always start light and go dark, not the other way around. And if you think you're missing something really tiny, then just go in with the nib end. You know, I think I'm missing that bit over there. So you can just go in with the really tiny end because it's the same ink. Okay, let's see how this one's going to come out. Give it a huff. Ta-da! That's pretty, so pretty. Makes me happy. Right, okay, let's see. Will this fit in a 1.5 inch circle? Yes, it will. A little something for you. Punch that out. And then, may your days be merry and bright. Looks almost like it was made for it. Lovely, look at that. Oh, no, slipped. Don't slip. Okay. There we go. So then, you can either put it on a 2-inch circle or you could just put it straight on your tag like that. But we're going to put a little bit of a strip behind it, like so. There we go. A little strip, that, and then a little bit of a strip. We'll cut that bit down a bit. A little something for you. We'll put some red stuff in. Yeah, that'll work, won't it? I think that'll work. Lovely. Okay. So pop that away. Don't need that. Get the trimmer out again. So just going to work out. I like this thickness. So let's see how thick this is. This is 2.5. somewhere between, it's about 2.6 that is. And then from the top of that slit is about, let's put it on here, it's easier to see. Well, that's 8.5 there. So I reckon it's 8.5. 8.5 plus 1 or 2. So we'll do 8 point something, and then we'll trim it by hand. That's the easiest. So as long as it will go up to that piece and come off the bottom, that's perfect. This one I'm going to make 2.5, and I can choose which colours I want the stripes to be. So we're going to have a little bit less red on this one because this is quite a red thing, like that. Yep, lovely. 8 point something or other, 7ish. There we go. Alrighty. Then, where's my glue gone? Here it is. I'll stick that down there. I'm not going right to the bottom because I know that's going to hang off a little bit. So pop it one side to the other. Line it up with that. Like so. Is that straight? Yep. Over a bit. There we go. Glue scissors, chop off the end. Same with this one. Hi Ange, how are you doing? Different Ange. A very brave Ange. You did a wing walk the other day. Oh my goodness me. I don't think I'd be brave enough to do that at all. But you did. Hats off to you. Right. Whoopsie daisy. It's just squidgely moved on me. There we go. Is that about right? A bit more over that way. Something like that. Down that way. Chop that end off. Okay, and then finish those off with, obviously, dimensionals and a few bits of bling. So now these don't need to go through the post, but normally I'd just do 3, but I've done the wrong one now. I'll show you. I've had to do 4 now because I put one in the middle. Normally I'd just do 3, but there we go. Never mind. May your days be merry and bright. And this one you don't have to get straight. It's supposed to be on an angle. Do you know what I mean? It's supposed to be, the words are supposed to be like that. This one, what I would normally do is 1, 2, 3. Okay, because that'll be enough if it's a tag. Susan's back, or it's just telling me that she was watching earlier. I don't know. There we go. Then we'll put some bling on, and we'll thread some ribbon. So definitely we'll put 1, 2, 3. Always looks nice. This one, not sure where I'm going to put some bling on here, so I'm going to go back to my old. Let's stick some down in here, and then that's kind of looking nice. Got a random one there. Put one there, and then we'll finish it off with one up there. Yeah, finish it off with one up there. Right, there we go. So that looks okay. Sue's back, yay! All right, and then we can add a little bit of ribbon because we always need a bit of ribbon. And you can decide. I think it should be that way round. You know, I don't know. I'm sure it's this way round. I think you can do either way, but I like it this way. So I'll pop a bit of ribbon through. Am I going to make it a bit longer than that? Probably. There we go. So let's even those up. Pop that through, pop that through. Oh, that's a lovely tag. Look, isn't that nice? It's a nice long. I hate it when the tags you get are not big enough to actually tie them to anything or tie a bow on it. I've got some more of this red stuff here, so we'll do that for this. In my little pouch. Need to get some more of this. In fact, I think I've got another reel somewhere. So we'll use all of this. There we go. Pop that through there. There we go. So what are your thoughts on today's little outing? Quite chuffed with those. I think they've come out quite nicely. It's a really nice set, and I love this one. I think this one and this one is my favourite. I think they've come out really nicely, but that ain't bad either. And then even just stamped, they look great, don't they? Just such nice fonts on these. So I think I'd probably do, oh no, that has to go with that one and that has to go with that one. There we go, like that. So it's got the same bits of paper. Do you see what I mean? Same stripy bits, I think, don't you? I think so. So there you go. So don't forget, Saturday morning, 3rd of October, World Card Making Day. Month end, 30th. So if you want to use the host code for this month, last month everyone got a stamp set. We all got something with stockings in it, the hostess one. Yes, remind you of sweets. Oh, thanks, Bev. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, last month, what did we get? Everyone who did online ordering with the host code. Where do I put my catalogue now? What have I done with that? I wanted to show you here we go. Because I need to play with mine. So last month, it was a good bumper month. And everyone got this one, a Merry Hello, which has got all those lovely stockings on it. So I'm hoping that everyone who got one of those last month is going to continue to put pictures with that stamp set up in Crafty Corner. I know a couple of you have done that already, so keep going with that. That's lovely. And I do like it when I send out my packets and then you send in stuff. And I've been showing off pictures of all your makes that for those people who don't know how to load up into Facebook or don't want to be in Facebook. So I've been popping those into the Crafty Corner, so go and have a look. Lots of amazing inspiration from all of you guys too. I'll be back next week. It'll be October. And we will be talking about my Stamper Stack, all occasion Stamper Stack that's coming in November. I don't have a product-based class next month because it is retreat. Yay! I'm stuffing bags. Well, I'm not quite stuffing bags, but we're getting ready. We're doing lots of stuff for that. So don't forget, if you're international, you can still come to my 2-day retreat online, £50. You just get the PDFs and the ability to watch the videos. Here's your host code for the month. And if you want to join and get a discount, come and talk to me, because it's a great offer at the moment. And honestly, you don't have to do Facebook Lives or anything like that if you don't want to. If you do want to, I can help you. Alrighty, have a lovely week. I'm glad. Oh, you're starting Christmas cards this week, Bev. Yay! Okay, cool. Yeah, I think everyone's like on the turn now. It's like, oh, it's nearly October. It's time for Christmas. So that's why I thought I'd do some more Christmas this week. So have a lovely week. Have a fantastic, if you're joining us on Saturday, I'll look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much for all the love and hugs. It is appreciated. And I will see you here, same time, same place next week. And I don't know what I'll be doing next week, but it'll be fun. Alrighty. Thanks ever so much for watching. Hope you got some helpful tips from my organisation too. And I'll see you soon. Bye.